Today we're going to learn how to draw a set of eyes. At the end, you're going to add some storytelling elements either inside or around. Then we're going to complete the image with our colored pencil by adding some blends and fades. Double check and make sure that your paper is going long ways. Take your finger and put it into the center of the paper. Lightly put a dot right above your finger. I'm going to do my dot heavy so that it shows up on the camera. Put your ruler long ways across your paper. Now line up the 3-inch area with your dot. I'll zoom in for this. Hold down your ruler with one hand. You need to do this line very lightly. I'm going to do this line heavy. Go from the 0 to the 6. From the 0 to the 6. Slide your ruler where it's slightly lower than the light line that you just made. And we're going to make a measurement line. It's like a vertical measurement line. Do it lightly above the 0. Do another vertical light measurement line above the 2. Above the 4. And above the 6. Go ahead and erase out your original measurement dot. We're going to make a long, narrow arc between this measurement line and this one. I want to show you 2 ways to do this before you try it. One way is to keep your paper going long ways like this. I will slowly sketch out an arc above and below. Some people might find this challenging. The other way is to turn the paper going up and down and use the natural curve of your wrist. Because I'm left-handed, I can use the natural curve of my wrist going this way. If you are right-handed, use the natural curve of your wrist going that way. Remember, this is a narrow, very narrow arc. Now that I've done this side, I'll turn my paper so I can use the natural curve of my wrist. For my other side. A diagonal letter U needs to be placed below the center line. It's a diagonal letter U. I'll zoom in. Underneath this center line right here to this edge, it's going to be small. This is the large version of it. I'll put in a diagonal letter U. On the other eye, it has to go to the right. I'll do a diagonal letter U going that way. It goes under the center line to this corner right here. I'll do it to this side diagonal letter U. And you can kind of combine the shapes together. And blend it in. Now it's time to erase out the center line. This should have been a very light line. I did mine heavy so that it shows up on the camera. So I'm going to end up having a ghost line. Now what we're going to do is make the top arc slightly darker and wider than the bottom. I'll go in and make the top arc line wider and darker. I'll do the same on the other side. Now we're going to create parentheses on the inside. Large parentheses right here. And then another one. Right here. Same as on the left side. Large parentheses. I'm doing this in short, sketchy lines. If you're noticing that your parentheses is coming out strange, it's because you're trying to do it in one go. Then I'm going to add a circle in the center. I'm going to do a loose, sketchy circle, several rotations, slowly growing the circle. Same as over here. Loose, sketchy circle right in the center. We need to create a reflection. Reflections actually come in all different shapes and sizes. It depends on the lighting that's around the person. But as for a beginner drawing reflection, we're just going to use a circle. So for the reflection, I'll zoom into one of my eyes even more. I'm going to add another circle, and it's going to halfway overlap this area and this area, putting in another circle that overlaps this circle here. Same as on the other side. If I did my reflection on the right side, I'm also going to do my reflection on the right side over here. So on the right top corner, if circles had a corner, I'll do it the same type of circle, the same size, in the same area where it halfway overlaps. Use your eraser to now clean up the inside of the reflection circle. I know it's a small area, but clean up your reflection. Same as on the other side. Cleaning out the reflection circle. Also, you can shade in the pupil. Do not shade in the reflection though. Leave the reflection alone. Later on, you can grab a black colored pencil and darken this up even more. I'll shade in this side of the pupil. That's the black part of the eye, but I'm going to leave the reflection alone. I can add some quick shading to this lash as well. Whether you have a set of feminine or masculine eyes, the next line that we do needs to be applied. I'm going to create an arc over this. You might need to turn your paper sideways to achieve this angle. It's okay if this disappears behind your lashes if you had feminine lashes. When I zoom out, it looks like this. So the arc is kind of close at the beginning. It doesn't start at the U that we put in. The arc's kind of close at the beginning, and then it starts to stray away a little bit and curve back in right about here. On the other side, the arc follows a little closely, then it starts to go up and stray away a bit, and it comes back close again. Grab your ruler, put it vertical, line it up to the edge of that diagonal letter U, where it's going straight up and down. Lightly draw a line. Don't do it heavy. It's a pretty long line. It's probably about, make it about 2.5 inches or longer. Same as on the other side. Long vertical line, about 2.5 inches or longer. This is going to tell us where our eyebrows begin. It's up to you how high or low your eyebrow starts. So you'll choose a spot, and I'll zoom into this one. And we're going to create a rectangle from this line. I'll sketch out and away a line, and the line stops at this parentheses that's inside of the eye. I'll do a line above. However high up you go above is how thick the eyebrows are going to be. I make this line stop at this parentheses. Then I'll draw a line here. It's going to look strange at first. I'll do the same on the other side. Try to make it symmetrical. Sketch a line out and away, stop it at the parentheses. Sketch a line out and away, stop it at the parentheses. Now what we're going to do is add a different shape to the end of this rectangle. This shape is going to curve out, over, and a little ways down. Not dramatically down. Then curve it back up into the rectangle. Same as on the other side. I'll curve out and go down. Then from this new point, I'll connect it back to the rectangle. I can erase out this part of the rectangle. Also this part as well. I then can erase out these original long lines. Now I can do like a parentheses right here and another one here. That's how you get in some eyebrows. I can tell that they're not very symmetrical. This one looks a little bit more feminine because it has more of an arch to it. This one looks a bit more masculine. I'm just gonna go with it. So we're gonna do a little bit of a nose area. And all I'm gonna do is create a slight little curve here and a slight little curve here. And we're done. I'm about to do a demonstration of how to create feminine eyelashes. What I want you to think of are cartoon style waves. Cartoon style waves kind of look like this, except for this lash on the left side, or the lashes on the left side, make them go more at an angle and make them pointier, like out and then very sharp back in and at an angle. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind is the lashes are smaller, or they appear smaller right above, then they grow into a medium-sized diagonal wave, and then they grow into a longer diagonal wave over here. So I'll start with some at the top, small, then medium, then long waves that go at an angle. As for this side, the waves now need to go this way. They'll start small, then they grow into a longer medium, and then long. Then you can take your pencil and just kind of shade them in for now. Later you can grab a black colored pencil to do this.